are you more concerned about like the 49ers or the Eagles? Because the Eagles, I put it as, again, the coordinators, they're learning on the job as they go.
Yeah.
Offensive coordinator, not so good. There's not many elite defenses that they're going to go against. So, like, put it this way. Where are the best defenses right now, right? The 49ers are really good. So that's one in the NFC. But the elite ones, like you're looking at the Browns, the Jets, like that's in the AFC. So if they make it to the playoffs, those mofos are going to have to go through that gauntlet of crap. In the NFC, like the Detroit Lions, like they have a good defense. They're playing well.
Yeah, their defense is very good.
I feel like whoever gets into the NFC, they're going to have to worry about like maybe a couple of not like elite, but very good defenses.
Yeah, I think the Buccaneers have a very, very good defense. And I think that's what's really impressive about the Lions win is they gutted it out against a good defense. And they also were able to score, 20 plus points.
The Eagles, though, like, do you have concerns? Like, oh man, because again, they had some injuries too. I'm not trying to take any away.
Yeah, what happened to Lane Johnson depends on. He's a key part of that line, and everything about the Eagles' offense that's good is because their offensive line.
Because the thing that Andrew, that's a great point. Because I was just about to bring that up. My concern is, of course, the injuries, but it's their schedule's not easy.
Lane Johnson, probably high ankle sprain, so that's not great. But X-rays negative. I think you're right, though. It's losing both of your coordinators is really tough. And I know Eagles fans, all day, like Jonathan Gannon was overrated or whatever. But right now, he's got the Cardinals outperforming what we thought. Yes, the Cardinals are 1-5, but they're a surprising 1-5, essentially.
They did not look good yesterday.
And Shane Steichen, I think, was doing a very good job with the Colts in their offense. He's navigated going back and forth between quarterbacks. Obviously, Gardner Minshew did not have a good game against Jacksonville. Maybe he thought he still played for the Jags. Maybe Rachel's logo with the upside-down horseshoe actually cursed him. I don't know. But there's 4 turnovers from Gardner, 3 picks. But I think both of those guys, losing them both, I don't know if I'm concerned. Are you asking, do I think the Eagles are going to get back to the Super Bowl? They're going to be a playoff team.
Sure.
But are they going to live up to last year's expectations? I don't think so. Not at this point.
They also they had an easier schedule last year, right? That was like one of the main targeted attacks on them. It was like they haven't really played anybody. And
but didn't every NFC team kind of have an easy schedule last year?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, the postseason too. I mean, they had the easiest run just because I think they're coming into a tougher schedule. Things have obviously changed. Like maybe people are figuring out Jalen Hurts a little bit more now. Yeah, again, I think they're going to be just fine. But I always looked at it as the 49ers were better than the Eagles this season. Like, I think the Eagles were very, very good. And once they gelled, whenever that happens in the season, I think they're still going to be very good. They have Super Bowl aspirations and could make it there. Yeah. I always thought the 49ers were still better, though. Like, they just seemed like a more balanced team.
The 49ers were the best team until this week.
And again, they still could be up there.
Yeah.
It just depends on what happens with, all these lingering injuries.
The other thing about the Eagles, the one thing I'm less concerned about with Philly in terms of how they – damn it, Trav. The thing I'm less concerned about is Philly beat themselves. They turned the ball over 4 times as well, right? Jalen Hurts had 3 interceptions, and didn't DeAndre Swift fumble in that game or something?
There was a fumble too, yeah.
So 4 turnovers, that's correctable. That last throw that Hurts threw, that was nearly the pick 6 for the Jets. You can fix that. I don't think Jalen Hurts makes that same mistake every week. So if you're trying to be optimistic about it, I think it's it's just one of those games they let get away from. Honestly, I thought the Eagles won that game. So I was watching Red Zone. I saw the Eagles sack Zach Wilson very late in the 4th quarter. I was like, that's over.
Yeah.
I had to go upstairs to do something and just missed the sequence when they lost the game. So it wasn't until I think Sunday Night Football and I was starting to go back to things. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Philly lost? Philly ended up losing this game? I was a little flabbergasted when I saw that. I was like, dang, because they were up by 2, sack Zach Wilson.
It happens.
And then I was like, oh my God, Jalen Hurts threw a horrible interception. Yeah, I can look like several different men. I'm a shapeshifter, if you will. It's one of the reasons Jess married me. It's like every week she's with a different guy. She says, if you don't shapeshift, I'm going to Jada Pinkett Smith you. Speaking of bad relationships, you know who never lets me down? Underdog Fantasy, Tom.